Hey there, I'm Gabe, and I'm going to walk you through some best practices for collecting data with FieldDay. So for this use case, we have a house plant, and we're going to be picking up on different diseases that sit on houseplant leaves. So this in particular is a sort of like a disease spotting that shows up kind of right down on the middle stem there. And then this is an example of a healthy plant. So we're just going to decipher between the two to create a model that will allow you to identify other diseases when you're in your garden or looking at other plants in your house. So what we do is we go to the FieldDay app. You'll see here I already have a project for house plant ID. So we're going to tap on that. It'll open it up. And we're mostly focused on how to collect great data. So you can see that we already have some data in here with some categories already set up. I'll just show the categories again. So we have two key categories, healthy and bacterial leaf spots. And all we're gonna do is start collecting more. Let's go ahead and start with the healthy plant. So what we do is we can either scrub down, pull down to get to the healthy plant, or we can tap on the hamburger menu and select the category we want. Then all you do is you can hold down on the annotation label, and you can basically just run around the object, the plant here. You want to basically give it a full scan, so getting as many angles as possible. If your data is too similar, it really doesn't help as much. So here we're going to go all over. If you get tired of holding it down, you can also swipe to the right and it locks it in place. So this basically just works as a recorder. And with data collection, there's all sorts of diverse data sets that you want. So ideally you could even, pick up the sample, flip it around, maybe even you want to do the backside, and we'll stop there. So that's a really good example of one burst that we've collected. We'll do the same for the bacteria sample here, so we'll just swipe down to bacteria, and we'll grab a bunch of data there as well. So you can get in close, even if there's some blur, that's okay. Running up and down the stem, the side here. You'll notice if I keep it steady, it'll just drop in image over image over image, but if I actually move it around, it picks up on the differences, and if there's a distinct difference between the last image it's captured, it will capture it faster, which is a really nice feature for making sure that you have more diverse samples than similar samples. So once we have enough of the bacteria on this background, we can actually switch to a completely different background. So we'll slide in a piece of cardboard here, and we'll do the same exact thing on just a brown background. So this helps to diversify basically the environments that these leaves might be seen in. So I'll stop that. And I'll also put the healthy leaf on very quickly. Great. And I'll do one last background here. So this is just a cutting mat. It has a very different background as well. And we'll just run the same collection over all of it here. All right. Do that with a healthy plant. And you notice there's an X on the left. If you are collecting and you decide, oh, I got the wrong category, or there was something wrong in the data, you can actually slide it over and it'll cancel the full bit of data, and you can start over again, which is a really nice feature when you're collecting a lot of data, and it's a physical process as well. You can also click on this back button here that will allow you to undo. And then finally, another good example of something you can do is turn off the lights. So if we just turn off the lights now, you'll be able to see that there's a kind of a completely different lighting setup. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just run it over on low light, and then do the same for bacterial. And now if we pull open our data drawer you'll see all of this great data that we've collected with different annotations and different backgrounds, different lighting environments, which will really contribute to a much more robust model than just one specific environment. So yeah, this should give you a really nice overview of how to work with your data. And we look forward to seeing all of the projects that you create. Thanks.